off 2 straight knockout wins over 2 former UFC champions. How do they stack up against each other?
I think this one, just with the experience of just being here in Hamburg and just, you know, being a main event, obviously is a huge accomplishment for me personally. You know, they just get greater. I think that every fight that you have is the most important fight of your life, and at this point in my career, I think that they're all super important. But this is a big one for me for sure.
You, as you said before the fight, you call out Gustafsson, were willing to step in. I'm not sure if you heard, but reports coming out just now that Gustafsson is injured and out of UFC 227.
Oh, well, that's ironic, isn't it? It's kind of weird how that works out. He needed an opponent yesterday. What happened between now and, you know, then and now?
You think, you know, people are obviously commenting. You think it has something to do with your call out?
You know, I don't want to. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's mighty ironic. And I think that I'm a hard guy to train for. I really do. Honestly, I mean, I told you guys, I show up with a different product every time I fight. You know, with the Rashad fight, I was a little bit rushed and forcing stuff, and this time I was a lot more patient and kind of let things develop.
So what does this mean for you, then? What's the next step? Because you were very willing and eager to fight Gustafsson, top-ranked opponent. Who's next for you in this case? You were asked about Jimmy Manuwa, for example.
Yeah, I seen Jimmy Manuwa out there. You know, that was, you know, I'm you know, Jimmy's a great fighter. He's a hell of a striker. He's powerful. You know, and he's ranked. You know, he's ranked pretty high in the division. You know, I'm not 100% sure. You know, I'll let the UFC and my management figure that out. You know, if it's not Gustafsson, then, you know, I don't know. I mean, I kind of called my shot after the Rashad fight that I wanted to fight in Lincoln, and, you know, that didn't necessarily work out. So I don't want to put my name on anything yet, but, you know, I think there's that Denver card that would be pretty cool. I train in Denver. That's, you know, where my team is. That's, you know, I spend a lot of time there. So I think Denver would be cool, but, you know, me and Jim do a pretty good job of figuring stuff out. So, you know, we're just going to enjoy this one for now, and you know, sounds like the Gus thing's off the table, so we'll just go from there.
You've taken out now the number 3 in the light heavyweight division. Where do you think that puts you in the division, and who would make sense for you next?
I think it puts me in the number 3 spot. You know, I took out the number 3 guy. Why wouldn't I take his position? And I think it puts me in the setup to fight number 2, whether it's Volcom or Gustafsson, whatever. If Anthony want to fight Gus, give him Gus. I'll take Volcom. You know, they both, I guess they say Gustafsson just got pulled from 227 too. So when they both heal up, if they don't rematch them two and they want to give them different opponents, I'll take Volcom and Smith can take Gus. Or I'll take one of my losses, rematch against OSP or Jimmy, you know. I don't duck and dodge. I don't pick fights, you know. I just want to be the best. And I've said it when I lost overseas last time. I might not be the best now, but I will be when I leave the game. And if I got to fight everybody to prove it, that's what I have to do.
After today are very striking heavy, Alexander and also Volkan. What do you think? How do your skills stack up compared to those guys?
I feel my skills stack up well against anybody, you know, because it's not like I can't box. I showed that today. I can box you if I want to box you, but why would I stand and keep boxing and risk getting hit with a big shot when I have what I would say probably the best wrestler in 205 right now? If I can take you down, I'm going to take advantage of it. If you can't get up, that's your fault. If you can't get me off me and submit you, again, that's your fault. I did everything I was supposed to do and can't to make this possible. So why would I stray away from what I do best just to give the fans a show because they strike well or whatever? I'm going to go use my boxing, use my fakes, use my movement, do whatever I have to do to implement my game plan.
So where do you see your wrestling compared to the champion, Daniel Cormier?
I mean, you can't take away DC's accolades. You know, he did great. He was on the Olympic team. I actually got into the sport because one of his old teammates, Ben Askren, and you know, I've watched film on DC, but DC more, he doesn't have to use his wrestling as much because he's so short and powerful. When he gets into that striking range, he's going to hit you hard, and when he gets to your leg, he's going to pick you up. You know, he's not so much wrestling dependent as I am. You know, that's his thing. That's his game plan. Everybody has their own game plan. We've seen DC get taken down by Gustafsson, not taking anything away from his wrestling or anything, but it's MMA. It's completely different than wrestling because wrestling, we're in a wrestling stance. Fighting, you standing upright. If you time a punch right, you know, I've been taken down by a kid that doesn't have any wrestling sparring before because I got overzealous and missed with the punch and he was underneath me. You know, so I think I can take down anybody. I know I can take down anybody if I time it right. And I know DC could probably take me down if he timed it right. But that's just gonna have to be a battle we have to face when that fight comes to.